Hey everyone, so I went to the scrapbooking retreat this weekend and I'm going to go ahead and make you a quick video of the things I brought, what worked out well and what didn't, and what I might do different next time. Just a real quick disclaimer, if you hear gunshots in the background, that is not in real life or in my neighborhood. It is my husband playing a video game in the other room, so I apologize in advance and I didn't want you to be alarmed. So first of all, my toolbox was a fantastic idea. This thing was great. So to open it back up again, I had this basic $10 toolbox from a hardware store with this lift out tray. The tray sat on my table next to me all weekend. Fantastic idea. That worked really well. I had this kind of sitting in here too because I grabbed it a lot. My letter stickers, I didn't end up using them, but I almost did. And they're basic enough and they didn't take up really any extra room. And then a lot of the stuff in here definitely got used. I ended up using a refill for both my Xyron X and my ATG. Used a few pop dots, used a couple of punches. I probably didn't need as many as I brought. That's okay. I ended up throwing in some Kleenex. I'm glad I did because I used those. I didn't end up using any Mio in my water, so I probably wouldn't need 2 of those next time. Also went ahead and used a trimmer blade refill. Definitely used the washi tape for random taping, so I'll probably take less punches next time, but the toolbox worked out great. This bag was kind of an overflow extras bag. So in it I had my Scrap-A-Ma-Bob. Definitely worth taking. They gave us a plastic garbage bag, so I just stuck that inside here to the next to my table and occasionally emptied it out, so that was great. So that's definite a plus. I didn't end up needing my extension cord, but I think it's still something good to bring. I probably would have used it if I had used my heat gun at all, which I didn't, but so I think I would still bring that. Coloring book and a mindless project I didn't end up using, so I probably wouldn't need to bring that next time. And my idea binder of layouts and sketches I did not end up using. It's good to have ideas and sketches with you in case you get stuck. However, I realized I kept this up in our hotel room and didn't ever feel like going to get it, and I probably would have first gone to my Pinterest board of layout ideas, which was on my phone and right next to me as I was scrapping, so I probably wouldn't need to bring this next time. So that was all that was in my miscellaneous bag. So, I mean, other than this and this, I could eliminate this whole bag, I think. And my extension cord, but I think I could fit those elsewhere. Okay, moving on. My stamp box. This box is great, and I would totally use this box again, but I did not need to take this many stamps. What I had ended up doing was taking all of my Close to My Heart stamps because I didn't want to go through, and I thought I would use more of a bundle of them. However, ended up not getting as many pages done as I expected to, so I wouldn't have needed this many stamps. I could have selected the ones I wanted, as I did with these non-Close to My Heart ones. I used several of these, and they were all meant for certain pages. So the non-Close to My Heart ones were definitely worth bringing. I used my roller date stamp a ton. I used, I think, all 3 of the blocks that I brought. I didn't end up using the roll in the paint, but that's okay. It was just a decision I made on that page. And I did not end up using my Stamp-A-Ma-Jig. I didn't have very many wood stamps with me, so that's a take it or leave it, but doesn't take a huge amount of space. But I could have used this box for additional things, like maybe added my inks in here or something like that if I hadn't brought so many stamps. So that's what I would do differently here. I did take my Cricut. I did use it a couple times, ran out of time to use it more. I think it was worth taking. I used it once up in our room, and I used it again down at the crop after we had to check out of our room on Sunday. So I think it was worth taking my own Cricut, and multiple people had done so. Okay, on the floor, here's my big bag. I purposely, on the floor is everything that was in the main section of my bag, and I did that just so it was easier. So this box here, right here, is all of my manual dies and embossing folders. Used a few. I also brought all of those because I was sharing with my mom with her Cuddlebug. So this was fine. This box was kind of perfect for it. And here were some miscellaneous embellishments. I used very few of those. I used a little bit of bling and I think a lot of those I could have left behind. I thought I would use them for kits, but because I didn't have those embellishments actually in kits, they really didn't get drawn on. So I probably wouldn't do that in the future. Maybe just bring my bling. My label maker I didn't use, but that's because it was meant for a certain kit that I didn't get to. My heat embossing I didn't use, but again, specific kit. So then there's my heat gun, my Cricut power tool. I did use the white basket because right there are my Cricut handbooks. I put those in the white basket along with my Gypsy on our table. So the white basket was a very good idea. And then my Bic markers, did not use at all. So I would not bring those next time unless I'm specifically planning on coloring. My journaling spots basket, great idea. That way I didn't have to dig through that planning my kits. And it just sat on my desk, and it stored them the same way I am at home. So I definitely do that again. And then this box was my mists, which I didn't use at all, and my inks. Sorry, I'll move a bunch of these. I did use multiple distress inks and my archival ink, so the inks were definitely a good idea. Okay, moving on. This bag was my page kits. These Ziploc bags were a great idea. As I got pages done, I now have empty bags, and I was able to give 1 or 2 to my mom to use because she needed somewhere to store some stuff, so that was fine. A box to put finished layouts in was a great idea, and the page kits themselves was a great idea as well. I had brought a second box, that pink one, because I had so many page kits I wasn't sure if I got that many layouts done if they would all fit in the blue box. Obviously that wasn't a problem because I only got like 8.5 pages done, but, or excuse me, 8.5 layouts, and most of them were doubles. But what the pink box came in handy for were some supplies that I bought from a vendor while I was there. So I was able to put those in the pink box, and they did not get damaged coming home. Now what I'm going to do with the extra page kits, I will use these at home to make my scrapping faster at home. So what I will do, let me just grab the back one here, is I set up another box just like that here on this open area that I have. And really the whole reason this open area is in my room is for pulling products and building kits anyway. So I'm going to set these up here, and they're going to hang out there until I have time to scrap them. And you may ask, why didn't I just set them on the surface? Well, once I get them all in here, you can imagine their plastic bag, they might want to slide down. Well, this edge of this box is going to prevent that. So that's what I'm doing there. Okay. This bag, only used the purple mat once, so I maybe didn't need that. Used my swatches, definitely, and used my Cricut mats. I definitely used some scratch paper. Didn't end up using my stencils, but that was for a kit. And I didn't end up using my piercing mat, but all that stuff was really flat and on the way. In here, I did use my wax paper, and then what's great about wax paper, I was like, as I was packing up to leave, I almost packed it, and I said, why? It's just wax paper. So that was one thing that I threw out the piece I was using, and here's my wax paper, and I'm just going to put it away. But then I had it there for as much as I needed, and it didn't take up much space. Ended up not using my craft mat, so I may not take that in the future unless I'm going to do messy stuff. Trimmer definitely used, and then my scraps. This was a great idea. I definitely used scraps, I think, from almost every bag, and shared some as well. And then I had this bag with some cardboard in it to bring home full sheets that I didn't use for my kits. So that was a good idea as well. Last but not least, I brought one of these Sterilite drawer units that you can get that holds 12 by 12 paper. This is what I hold my scraps in at home. So what I did is, since I wanted to use scraps so much, I kept my multicolored scraps and my white scraps in these drawers. And then the bottom drawer was an overflow drawer for as I would get done with my page kits. Obviously, I had more embellishments in a page kit than I actually needed. So there would be extras. Or if I had a sticker sheet, I used 2 stickers and then I was done. I needed to put that sticker sheet somewhere. So, having a place to catch leftovers was a great idea. having the drawer unit was kind of a pain in the butt. It was another thing that was awkward to carry. So next time I will put those scraps in those 2 drawers in a bag along with the rest, and then I will probably just take an empty iris box to use as my overflow to catch for my layouts. And I did go back into this drawer a couple times to look for things on later layouts. So I do like having that stuff all in one place, but I think using an iris box for that would take up less space than this did. So I hope that was helpful to everybody to see, you know, before how I packed, what I took, after what I took, and what worked out well. So feel free to post questions, and please do share your videos that are similar. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye-bye.